You're now listening to the Win or Lose Sports Show, talking sports, hip-hop to pop culture. Presented by the 419 Grind. Available on Apple Podcast, Spotify, and wherever podcasts are heard. It's kickoff time.
And we're on. Welcome to the first episode of the Win or Lose Sports Show.
Welcome.
Hello, guys.
With me, Jay, brother Jason, Clyde Green.
Hey, how y'all doing today?
So, y'all know, we've been wanting to do a sports show for a while now, so we finally got it off. So this week we're gonna talk about rivalries. And we're going to talk about what's going on in the NFL today. So Jason's going to go off with the scores for today.
Yes, I am, and this is for Week 3 NFL. And so we had the Panthers and the Texans. The Panthers win by 24, 24-9. The Chargers and the Chiefs. Chargers win 30-24. The Cardinals and the Jaguars. Cardinals win 31-19. The Bears and the Browns. Oh my gosh, I don't know what to call that game. That ended 6-26 the Browns' way, and then we have the Washington football team versus the Bills. The Bills take that one 21-43. We have the Colts and the Titans, and the Titans take that one 16-25. Saints and Patriots. Poor Patriots, they can't win. It's 28-13 for the Saints. The Falcons and the Giants, 17-14. The Falcons, Giants can't win again. Everybody in this conference, the AFC North was 1-1 today. So there's the Bengals and the Steelers. Sadly to say, the Bengals won that 24-10. We had the Ravens and the Lions. That was an amazing historic game there. 19-17 for the Ravens. The Jets, you can never count on them to win. Versus the Broncos, they're still playing. Currently, the score is 0-20 in the third quarter with 7 minutes and 55 seconds left to go there. We have the Dolphins and the Raiders with 7 minutes and 17 seconds to go. That's the Raiders winning 19-14. And we have the Buccaneers at halftime. The Buccaneers and the Rams. The Rams have that right now at 14-7. And the Seahawks and the Vikings are at halftime right now. And the Vikings have that 21-17. And then we have a late evening game at 6:20 today, the Packers and the 49ers.
That's a weird time.
Yeah, that's the night game. I don't know why it's so early.
I thought, so it's 2 night games then. Yeah, because it's one at 8:20 on the NBC.
So who's that?
I don't know. I got to go back and look.
Because I do have the Eagles and the Cowboys. That's tomorrow night, but
so that's the only late game.
I only see one
6:20.
6:20.
Is that
super early?
What time? Where are they at?
It's in San Francisco.
Oh yeah, that's at 8:20.
6:20.
Oh, that's their time.
Yeah,
Why
their
are they
time.
messing with me like that?
Womp, womp.
It's not so early.
Man,
So yeah, those are the scores for today.
Let's think about that Cleveland game.
That Cleveland game was really, I can't say it was a good game because the other team didn't do anything.
It was a good game for
Cleveland.
It was
for
a
Cleveland.
one-sided game. I say a good game when I see two teams like going at it hard.
That's what I say. It's a good game for Cleveland.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially their defense.
Yeah.
Miles
And
Garrett.
Rushers, too. They rushers. Chubb and Hunt. They
Yeah.
200-something yards.
Tore it up.
Yeah.
And Hunt, y'all know he's from, not from Toledo, but
Yeah, from UT. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's amazing. But yeah, their defense had 9 sacks. Miles Garrett had 4.5 sacks. And he's probably one of the best defensive players in the league.
About to get paid, get him some bonuses.
He definitely getting them bonuses.
So Justin Fields, I looked at him and I'm thinking maybe he's a little nervous being his first game, but I don't feel like his line protecting him like they should.
I don't even know if they have a line, but that's one of the reasons why he got hurt. Dalton got hurt last week because he was scrambling, and ended up. I know it wasn't a contact injury, but he had to scramble to get away from the defense and got hurt. So I think a part of it is to blame on the line. The other part I blame on Justin Fields' nerves.
Yeah.
And the other one, he just
trying to hurt himself.
yeah, like he was in some bad situations. But but Myles Garrett played a good game because not everybody's going to get 4.5 sacks.
Nobody. Yeah, but the thing is though, is if you've been paying attention, like their defense makes everyone's offensive line look bad.
Whose defense?
The Browns.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, like they gave, even though they lost to the Chiefs, they gave dude hell.
Yeah. It was a good game. That was a good game.
Yeah, that was a real good game.
So they should be 3-0 right now.
They should be 3-0.
And the commentator said that during the game. That was the game I chose to watch. Today was that game. And, it was impressive to me.
Yeah, I mean, I record the games, and so I mean, anytime the Steelers are playing, I'm definitely watching that live. And then,
how the Steelers do today?
They had a good first half.
Did you ask that knowing that they? Did you ask that knowing that they lost?
You haven't played yet. Like the Eagles haven't played yet, so I wouldn't say too much.
I mean,
But yeah, the Steelers they look good as far as certain aspects, but as a whole team, no. But we have a lot of players out too. So our main, like Demetrius Johnson, number 13, I think, 18. He was dropping a lot of passes last year. This year, like he was still number one targeted last year because everybody's focusing on Juju Smith-Schuster. And so he was still the number one target this year, but he was actually catching passes, doing great. He's out. And then we were down to 3 receivers. And so they had to bring in the punt returner for another receiver. Oh. And then Chase Claypool got hurt.
So basically, y'all making do.
Chase Claypool got hurt today?
Yeah. He came out of the game.
Okay. And who got hurt last week?
TJ Watt got hurt last week.
Somebody else got hurt on offense. What's the other guy, the second receiver, Johnson?
It was Johnson that got hurt last week.
Okay, Deontay Johnson?
So Demetrius, is it Deontay?
Deontay, yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
But he got hurt last week and he didn't play this week.
Oh.
And then so they had the third string, Washington, Claypool, Juju, and some other guy.
Y'all basically just doing the best y'all can with what y'all got.
Yeah, but like, and so we got like young linemen. Our center got hurt. Like,
yeah, well, okay, let's move on. We don't have to keep talking.
It's just bad.
We can talk about it.
It's bad.
What about, I've been liking to the Buffalo Bills. They've been looking good too.
The Bills, yeah, they've been looking good for a while.
Yeah, they've been. I just was, thinking of some of the highlights I saw today. They had some good highlights as well.
Who's your team, Mo? Is it the Steelers? He said the team got spanked.
He must be maybe a Chicago Bears fan because they really good. They got the best spanking today.
Young Mo, Edgar Emery.
Yeah, they got the best spanking for sure.
Say what?
Chicago Bears. Maybe he's a Chicago Bears fan because they got spanked the worst today.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Bills though, it's like so they have the formula that is kind of working for the NFL right now because they have he's definitely a triple threat quarterback. Like he can,
right,
pass and run and do whatever he need to do, but he's in the pocket as well. Then they got all these athletes around him, and so like they able to do a lot of like pretty much whatever they want to do as long as they can protect the quarterback. So it's just they are definitely fun to watch.
What's their record right now?
I think they're 3-0, right?
I think so.
3-0 now?
Yeah, the Bills 3-0.
How long is that gonna last though?
Yeah, because they haven't played.
A lot of times you're not getting into the thick of the toughness of your schedule at the beginning of the season.
Well, some people.
Some people are.
Yeah.
But
the Bills aren't.
No, I don't think they are. Let me check their standings right now. The Bills are 2-1.
2-1.
So they are in a kind of they're definitely going to make the playoffs with no problem because the rest of that conference is the Dolphins, the Patriots, and the Jets.
In their division?
In their division, I mean. So this is the AFC East.
Yeah.
So I mean the Jets. Who's talking about the Jets? The Jets not going to win anything.
No, losing 20-0 against the Broncos right now.
Right.
So and Dolphins are losing to the Raiders 19-14.
and the Patriots, they lost already, I think.
So they could, because they play these teams twice a year.
And
so they could have a decent record at the end of the year.
That's what I'm saying. Buffalo could be a real threat.
Yeah, they could be a threat. They could be a threat in the AFC.
Yeah.
Because when Tom Brady left the AFC, went to the NFC,
open up the gates.
The tides like
open the floodgates.
Yeah, the floodgates just turned, or the tides turned.
They did
to the NFC.
Yeah, so the NFC was strong back when we were growing up.
Mm-hmm.
You had the
Cowboys, the 49ers,
and the Niners. They was just dominating that whole era. And then, coming to 2000s, actually probably later 90s. No, it's probably 2000. Because you had the Rams. They were.
Yeah, that was like 99, 2000.
That was late
Talking
90s.
about the St. Louis Rams.
The greatest show on turf.
Yeah.
Kurt Warner and Marshall Faulk.
You didn't know that was their name?
What's that again?
The greatest show on turf.
Very short. No, I didn't know that.
You didn't know?
You didn't know that?
That was their nickname.
Yeah.
Because they were.
Because they offensively, they was like on point.
It was just amazing.
Yeah.
And Marshall Faulk started coming out the backfield, catching little dip and dunk passes. And,
Well, he got that from Roger Craig.
Yeah.
Back in the 80s,
But
90s.
see, Roger Craig, he was you can give him the ball too between the tackles, but Marshall Faulk too.
Yeah. I'm saying that he was like a copycat of Roger Craig, but made it
coming out
better.
The backfield, and catching the passes. Yeah. And so they had some receivers that could fly down the field too. So they were definitely the greatest.
Isaac Bruce.
Yeah. Who was on the other side? I can't remember.
Ishmael. Rocket Ishmael. Was it Rocket Ishmael?
Rocket was on that team too?
I don't know. He might have been in number 3.
Yeah, because I played with him on Matt.
He was doing returns.
Isaac Bruce.
Isaac Bruce.
So I forgot. It was another big name receiver on that.
It was on the other side.
Yeah.
He was younger. A little bit younger than Isaac Bruce. But yeah, the Bills, they play. Let's see. They played the Washington football team today. And they have the Texans. The Chiefs are 1-2 right now. That's what they have after that.
Torrey Holt was the other receiver.
Torrey Holt. Yep, killing it.
Yeah, they was good on Madden. Y'all remember? Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was when I had my little Madden streak.
On turf stuff, but I remember.
Yeah. I mean, ask anybody who was really watching it back then. They'll know. They'll tell you.
Mm-hmm.
But they was pretty much.
That's crazy. Torrey Holt wasn't even a Pro Bowler back then.
How could he not?
Kurt Warner, Marshall Faulk, Isaac Bruce, and they had Orlando Pace at tackle.
Right. Left tackle.
Mm-hmm.
Guarding this blind spot. Yeah, you can't even get by him. You needed, he was just a wide body that could just block stuff up. But yeah, the Bills, their schedule does not look too strong at all, really.
No, not with that. They're playing in that division, and then they play. I think they play our division this year, I believe. They're playing Washington right now, so I don't know if that's like a.
That might be the only one.
Okay, yeah, probably just somebody pulling their schedule.
Well, they got the Jaguars, the Jets, the Bills. I mean the Colts, the Saints, the Patriots, the Bucks, the Panthers, and the Falcons. So they're. I mean, if y'all want to know any 100%, if y'all want to put any money on it,
put money on what?
The Bills going to the playoffs.
Oh, they'll make the playoffs.
I don't
have a doubt about making the playoffs.
I know some people that don't want to.
What they're gonna do?
A couple people want to bet you on the Bills.
Yeah, for sure.
It's what they're gonna do. Like when they get to the playoffs, like are they gonna make an impact?
Okay, so I mean, if they get,
I think they're capable.
They'll get the bye week. I think for sure they won't have to. So they changed the format.
Did they this year?
They changed it last year, actually.
Yeah, that means it's 4 wild card teams instead of 3.
4 wild card teams. So it's like.
Well, they definitely make the
so they still get the 2 buys.
They still get the buys. Okay.
So, but there's no there's 4 4 wild card games on each
Instead
side.
of somebody, yeah.
Instead of an extra team getting the bye for no reason.
Right. It's only one team getting the bye.
Yeah, one team
Per
getting
conference.
no 2 teams getting the bye. It used to be like 3.
3 teams getting the bye.
Yeah.
It was weird at first.
Yeah, because the reason they try to do that because of the 3 divisions. Is it 3 divisions on each side? AFC East, AFC North. No, it's 4.
It's 4. North, South, East, West.
Yeah. So I don't know why they did it like that before.
That's
because they only had 3. Remember, they only had 3 divisions.
Yeah, they didn't have the.
They didn't have the 4th division.
Yeah.
They split up 2 divisions and made a 4th division.
Right.
That's when they should have changed the playoff format
it didn't
back
make
then.
sense for a while,
Right?
And now it does.
Yeah.
So yeah, it does make sense now. But I think so. That I think for sure. Well, okay, we got to look at the other AFC teams though. So I know that Tampa Bay. You can't really say that they're not going to get.
That's the NFC.
Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. So who are we looking at the AFC? Then we need to look at the teams then.
The LA Chargers, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Cleveland Browns.
Sure.
Cleveland Browns, right?
The Browns, yeah.
Yeah, the AFC. Let me see. The AFC North used to be one of the toughest divisions. I don't know. The Browns are still okay this year.
Oh, the Raiders.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to say. I thought that switched. Maybe I thought they want to switch that division.
They're in the same division, AFC West.
Yeah.
But they were 2-1 now. Oh, they'll be 2-1 when they beat the Dolphins today.
I think they started off 2-0.
Kirk Cousins. Yeah, because they beat the who they beat last week.
Last week they beat the Ravens.
Yeah, they beat the Ravens last week. So they 2-0.
2-0 starting off this week. So that guy there, Kirk Cousins, is a joke to me.
He is. I think his biggest play was in college when he beat they beat Wisconsin.
Not even in the NFL.
Right. How long he been around?
When he won the drive, when he won the game against Wisconsin Badgers.
The game-winning drive.
Yeah. Against Russell Wilson.
Yeah, expended all of his juice. I guess he couldn't do it no more after that.
Wow.
But yeah, they're winning though.
Yeah.
They
only winning by 7 points with
third
a lot
quarter,
of time
6 minutes and
a whole
34
lot of time
seconds.
left
Yeah.
for him to mess the game up again.
Right. And a whole lot of time for Russell Wilson to make a comeback.
For sure.
They are 0-2 Vikings.
No for that.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel sorry for Arby this year.
Irving ain't gonna have no fun this year watching football.
Who's Arby team?
The Vikings.
Vikings.
He ain't been having no fun for a long time though.
No,
Look
I
at these
think
guys, though.
a couple of years ago, year before last, they started off like 3-0, and then they lost
yeah. They had,
But then they made the playoffs when the guy made that crazy catch at the end of the game.
oh, was it? Was it like a Hail Mary?
Yeah.
What year was that?
I don't know.
Was it with Kirk Cousins?
Kirk Cousins? I don't know. Maybe before Kirk Cousins.
I don't remember.
But anyway, I think that was the only year that they had a promising team, but they got put out in the playoffs. But we supposed to be talking about rivalries.
Right, let's get right into that.
You want to get right into that?
Right.
Yeah, act like you want to get right into that. No. So our episode this week is about rivalries. We're gonna talk about the Yankees and the Red Sox play today. The Cowboys, and that's why I got my Cowboys jersey on. And the Eagles play tomorrow. Let me ask Jason. Jason, who do you think will win that game tomorrow?
Between the Cowboys and the Eagles?
Yeah.
I'm going with the Cowboys. Just because, I mean, Dak Prescott is earning his check.
He is.
Like, he looks amazing now.
Mm-hmm.
And so, it's just to have it that together. You know what I mean? And what is it? 2-1? They're 2-1 now?
2-1. No. 1-1.
1-1.
They'll be
They still
2-1 if they win tomorrow.
So they got a good win and a good loss. Because even when they lost, it wasn't like
Yeah, they only lost by 2. And they
Yeah.
played a good game.
yeah, it was a good game.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think they got their stuff together more than the Eagles do. I mean, not to keep it in the family and nothing like that,
I
but
mean, it is what it is.
I'm just saying,
We won and won too, So.
Who'd y'all beat the first week? You don't even know?
No, we Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, and we who did we lose to last week?
I think people are underestimating the Cowboys because of the past, or how we played last year and the year before. But they're not looking at like the results of the games. Like we played a great game against Tampa Bay. Our defense wasn't great, but they played decent enough to make it a close game. And last week when we played the Chargers, who beat the Chiefs this week, we played a great game and won the game, even though that was still a close game.
People just hate Dallas.
I know,
and that's the reality of it. Dallas has always been a competitive team. Somebody look out for in the NFL.
Right.
And people just hate that. Even me as an Eagles fan, it's like every Dallas sometimes. But y'all worthy of the props that y'all give yourself. I'm rooting for the Eagles and hope that we win. But it's gonna be a good game. It should be a challenge. They both good teams. Ain't too much bad I can say about Dallas.
There's a lot I could say bad about our team. Like this year, we still need some decent cornerbacks. Right. Our cornerbacks are trash, but one. Diggs, is his name Diggs? Yeah. Trayvon Diggs.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand the changes that are made. You know what I mean? You get rid of one OC and another one come in, you're not gonna see that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Even really we got new players coming in and we all adjusting to this new recipe. So, it'll be interesting to see because Dallas still mixing in together.
Yeah, we got like our defense is like basically brand new, right? And with a new defensive coordinator, and Kellen Moore been there a couple of years after Jason Garrett left, but it's still a new offense and a new defense. So it's going to be some trial and error. Like I just think that we're playing good in spite of where we're at right now.
Right.
But I think I don't know. Tomorrow it'll be a good game. It's not going to be any blowout on any side. I'm thinking like 24-17.
Yeah,
Cowboys.
It's gonna be like a shootout almost. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Or somebody's gonna come out banging and it just.
Right. I mean, it could be like.
We are going to Dallas.
Right.
That's a hell of a crowd to compete against.
Hey, I don't know if you want to get into a shootout with Dallas.
Yeah, that would be an issue right there because I don't think Jalen Hurt got an arm like Dak.
Well, no.
Yeah.
And they offense, I don't think they offense got that firepower.
They don't have the firepower, I don't think. But I mean, with football, you can't really force your will upon other teams all like that.
Right.
Unless you're playing somebody like the Jets.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want to do with the Jets. They're losing 0-20 in the fourth quarter with 11:58 to go. Right. They're not going to win.
No.
Just playing for stats.
Yeah, they're just trying to get paid. That's all.
He said Gronk just got hurt.
Said what now?
He said Gronk just got hurt.
I mean, you can't really expect too much out of the Gronk's health.
Yeah, he's got hurt. He got hurt more than any other player, any other top tier player that I've known.
Yeah, he spent a whole lot of time not playing. I think it was his legs, his knees got busted up.
So what is it about the rivalry in sports that makes it so
such great television?
Yeah, like.
It's just
I think it's the same thing that what makes anything good television. You know what I mean? So it's like you got Batman versus the Joker, great TV. You know what I mean? You know that somebody's good at this thing, and the other guy's good at this thing, and you're gonna see how they come together and how it's gonna end up. They're gonna go at it because they hate each other. It's gonna be some emotion, a little bit extra involved in that game. I think so. That's what makes it a little bit more spicy for us to want to watch. For sure.
Yeah, I think like the rivalries, it brings out the rivalries. Like the Eagles and the Cowboys is a big rivalry, but a bigger rivalry I would say would be like Cleveland and Pittsburgh, because those two, not even the teams, those two fan bases like hate each other.
Right.
They're almost like Ohio and Michigan.
Yeah.
You got to think though, what other two teams are that close to each other? You know what I mean? They're super close.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like at one point they had
super close in the same division,
picking from the same pool of players.
Each other, huh?
Yeah, it's like what, an hour and a half.
Yeah, Pittsburgh and Cleveland. Yeah,
nobody else is that close. Yeah, and so they was picking from the same pool of players. They still do, because like people don't realize it, but like people draft by area. Like you have the big names.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But you're gonna send your guy. You're not gonna send your guy out to California every week. You're going to send them to places around your area.
Right.
You know what I mean? And have them looking at people that will be comfortable playing with your team.
Right. Yeah. I mean, sometimes when you playing those video games, like when you go, like they say, what area are you from? The reason why they do that is because the team is going to try to draft you based on
where you
that's why Brady went to, not Brady, but what's your quarterback name? Roethlisberger went to Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
that's why Bruce Gradkowski from Toledo went to Pittsburgh.
That's why Dan Marino was supposed to go to Pittsburgh. Did you know that?
Dan Marino was supposed to go to Pittsburgh?
He's from Pittsburgh.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, he went to Pitt. Yeah, he played college in
Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
He lived in Pittsburgh. And it was so much so that they was like, oh, we don't need to tell Rooney about him. We already. And then they just went right by him. Didn't even pick him because Rooney didn't know about it. I don't know this guy. We're not picking him.
And what's his name? Deshaun Kaiser got drafted by Green Bay. That's still in that same Midwest region. Yeah. Now it's what happens after. You know, you might get traded, you might get cut, so you had to try out for a different team. The guy from Toledo plays for who? Cleveland Brown.
He got drafted by Kansas City, which is also
Midwest still.
Midwest, yeah, still Midwest. Yeah. So the what was I gonna say? It's just like with the area does make a difference, but when it comes to the bigger names, it's like everybody's trying to get them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like Tom Brady. Well, no, Tom Brady wasn't top pick.
Yeah, because he didn't even start.
No, he was seventh round pick.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It was a lucky find. Like, what the heck?
He had one good year in Michigan.
Yeah,
one good year.
He came to the NFL and showed out.
Yeah, but he knew what he could do. He was like, man, I'm about to do this. He was like,
he played behind a decent quarterback, Brian Greasy and Drew Henson. Well, Drew Henson was good in Michigan.
Drew Bledsoe too.
I'm saying in college. Drew Henson in college and Brian Greasy in college.
He was itching to play the whole time.
Yeah. But I think playing behind Drew Bledsoe in New England kind of gave him a push.
Yeah,
because Drew Bledsoe was a decent player.
He was good. Remember what was his name? Was it Mikey?
Oh yeah.
He was Ronnie's
Michael Thomas. He was a Drew Bledsoe fan.
Drew Bledsoe. He loved Drew. We was over there. He was playing Madden.
Yeah,
we was over there. He was playing Madden one time, and he was just going off about Drew Bledsoe. We was back here laughing because we was,
Was he playing Drew Bledsoe in the game?
He was Drew Bledsoe.
He was Drew Bledsoe. Every time he would make a pass or something, Drew Bledsoe was a good player.
Drew Bledsoe was it for a minute, and everybody, Tom Brady came in, nobody knew who he was, but he came in, and now he's the best quarterback we've never seen. It's weird,
right? And became one of the greatest greatest winning quarterbacks of all time.
Yeah, I mean, he got more Super Bowls than most people.
He got seven Super Bowls. That's crazy.
Everybody. He's got more Super Bowls than every team.
Yeah,
because the Steelers have 6 Super Bowls over. They won in the 70s and then 2 in the 2000s. This dude won all of his for the what?
In 20 years.
Yeah, that's crazy. This dude is what, 44, playing better than he's ever played. Right. Like
he said, he want to play till he's 50.
He probably will.
He could. They can
protect him.
Yeah, as long as he don't get hit, he can play.
They protect him.
They do. Yeah.
They don't make sure
the NFL gonna make sure he protected. They gonna probably give them extra money to pay for extra linemen or whatever.
But that is their moneymaker, Tom Brady.
Man, this
dude. Be the new logo.
They not even. They just gonna switch it all the way out.
What do y'all think is the biggest rivalry in NFL?
In NFL, I mean, I think you might have. Well, for a long time, it was. I mean, it depends on what area you're looking at nowadays. Because back in the day, you did have like constant rivals. Because you had, to me, a good rival was the Cowboys and the 49ers.
Yeah.
It's like,
because they played every year for 5 years straight,
and they
in the
always
NFC
had
Championship.
Amazing quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Like Troy Aikman was there forever, but then they had
Joe Montana, and
Steve Young, and
that's where Owens out of
That's crazy. It's where Owens played for
both places,
both of them, and for the Eagles.
He was disrespectful.
Stood on the star.
Yeah.
So I mean, but nowadays it's like today, like if I'm talking about like right now, what the best rival is, I mean, I feel like this. What's his name? Pat Mahomes and the Chargers. The Chiefs and the Chargers nowadays. I think that's a rivalry that's starting because what's the guy from the quarterback from the Chargers? Some new guy, Joshua or something.
Oh,
I don't know.
What's his name? Yeah.
But they both are starting to rip it up, and they both, I think that's starting up now. But rivalries switch now. There's no constant. I don't think right now that's making it saying to where you can say that's the good rivalry. I don't know.
I would still give it to Dallas and the 49ers.
No, I don't think that's a rivalry anymore.
No.
Mm-mm. Because we don't. That competition level is not there.
They're not significant. They're not doing
both of our teams. Like the Cowboys aren't that high playoff team, so we're not making it to the NFC conference or divisional championship at all in the last 10, 12, 15 years. The San Francisco 49ers have. But I don't think that rivalry is not as tough as it used to be. But I can say a rivalry between like the Eagles and the Cowboys are because we're trying to fight for that spot to make it to the playoffs. Yeah. That rivalry is more tougher. Or the rivalry between the Redskins and the Washington football team. If you say the Redskins or the old name, you got to do 10 push-ups.
Oh man,
I owe 10 push-ups. But the rivalry between Washington and Dallas, that's a high rivalry too now.
Yeah.
Just because of the history and because we're still fighting for that same spot.
See, I believe I think Troy Aikman's first game against the Eagles. I think that was his first start. He got sacked 11 times.
Yeah,
man.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I remember their offensive line was trash. When he first
That's before we got the big boys,
Leon Lett and all them.
Yeah,
they had that turned into the best offensive line in history.
So, are you saying this to say that Justin Fields still has a chance to make a good impact on this?
Well, yeah.
On the league.
I was kind of comparing it to that, but I don't know. He was way too nervous today.
He was in over his head.
Yeah.
It's like
some of the plays he was doing, like even when he was scrambling and shuffling and then sliding out, like he was trying to hurt himself, like he was trying to twist his ankle.
This defense is very unsettling, though. Like, this is a scary defense, and they're beating up everybody. And this is this dude's first game, so he definitely showed he was scared. He was for sure scared.
Yeah, especially when you got somebody 6'5", 250 pounds chasing after you.
Just pulling you down. Yeah. First time you get hit, it's like, what happened?
And it's not just the sacks, though, because he got sacked, 9 times. But then
he was getting hit when he got
hit.
Sacked.
And after, he released the ball, he was getting pushed to the ground.
The Bears usually more protected. What's going on over there?
I don't know. They don't have it together.
I was just saying their offense is not there. They don't have a good offensive coordinator. That's the problem. They're trying to blame it on Andy Dalton and now Justin Fields, but it's the offense that's the problem.
Andy Dalton always been solid.
Yeah, he was solid with us last year. Kept us, playing.
Yeah, he won a couple games.
Yeah, he had some good games.
Play.
So it's not Andy. It's not Justin Fields. I mean, even though he's a rookie, he don't have the experience to deal with that.
I think the Cowboys beat the Steelers when Andy Dalton was playing.
Yeah.
Because they was talking about when we used to play him for the Bengals.
Cincinnati, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I would have said the Browns and the Steelers, but the Browns look way too good and the Steelers look way too bad.
That's still a good rivalry, though.
But yeah,
that's still a big rivalry.
It's going to be the doorway to the playoffs. But like before Brady left, and when we were still good, it was either us going to the Super Bowl or the Patriots going to the Super Bowl. It was Steelers and the Patriots. And so it's like you had to beat one of those teams. Well, it was going to the AFC Conference Finals.
Right.
So you had to beat either the Steelers or the Patriots to even get to the Super Bowl for a while. You know what I mean? But like, we just ain't got it no more. The Steelers ain't got it.
They got it. It just you got sometimes you got to sometimes you got to take players and remove them. Even though, that's what I'm talking about. That this Ben should not be playing this year.
They're not gonna do this. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying though. Like they're
not gonna do what?
They're not gonna get rid of Ben. They're a next man up team, and so like that's why they just let people go. You know what I mean? That's why Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell. Back in the day, it was Andre Hastings. Like it was always this.
Right.
So they don't care about who they.
They have lifetime players. They are a lifetime type of team.
They don't fire coaches.
Yeah, they had 3 coaches in the last 60 years.
You know what I mean?
So also they're gonna let him just wear stuff out.
He'll quit before they get a new quarterback. And what I'm saying is he'll quit. They're not gonna have anybody waiting. He's gonna quit. Mason Rudolph's gonna start, and then they'll draft somebody else.
Okay.
Because Mason Rudolph is the next man up.
Right.
He's been putting in the work.
Because they'll put him second string. He don't want to be that.
No. He said Ben will retire before that even happens.
But he's not gonna retire at the end of this year.
He might.
Yeah.
He might.
He might retire at halftime.
I think he does. But I don't think he hurt himself today and still play. Like if he able to play and get out there,
What, he hurt his pectoral muscle again? Restraint?
Yeah, he got hit while he was throwing and hurt his. Well, it was hurting before he started, and then it got hurt again while they were playing. But yeah, they hire from within, so they're not gonna pull anybody. You ever seen them, trade for a quarterback? They only draft quarterbacks, and they only draft a new quarterback when their old quarterback is gone.
Dead.
I ain't never seen dead die. I don't know which.
I've never seen dead, but
yeah, I don't know. It's frustrating, but
yeah, I still think that's a huge rivalry because of the location, Cleveland and Pittsburgh. I'm trying to think of any other huge one, and it might be like regionally that we don't know about the rivalries out west.
Green Bay, Minnesota.
I mean, Green Bay and the Lions
and Detroit. Yeah, that's a.
They're kind of close.
But I don't even see how that's still a rivalry.
I mean,
or even a rivalry from the beginning.
Green Bay and the Bears, maybe.
The Bears and Green Bay, yeah. Well, that whole
they're all in the same
divisional rivalry,
so,
yeah. That's what made San Francisco and Dallas such a good rivalry, because they weren't in the same division. They probably play each other once a year or twice a year if they made the playoffs.
The AFC Championship, it was either one of them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, or NFC Championship. So they're either playing each other, or you got to play one of them to win.
Yeah,
I mean to get to the Super Bowl. Yeah, so it's like they were definitely dominating that era, and you couldn't help but look at both of those teams.
Well, we got
Rob Barner said Ben is trying to get another ring. That's not going to happen this year.
Rob Barner.
When?
And Dean Westbrook said the Raiders versus the 49ers. That is a rivalry.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's always been a good rivalry. But now, today,
San Francisco and Oakland, but now they moved to Las Vegas. It's still a rivalry just because of the history.
You got two high power offenses. Like, those are definitely two teams I get excited about when I think about their offense, because Jimmy G, he played under Tom Brady for a long time.
Right.
And so it's like a lot of times you don't see that come, to fruition, like how the backup quarterback is coming out, except for when Tom Brady did it. So it's funny that Tom Brady's backup is coming out and being as good as him.
Right.
And then you have,
Derek Carr.
Right.
Yeah, somebody ranked him like one of the top 3 quarterbacks in the league.
He is.
He is? You think so?
Yeah. You watched him play?
I watched him play. I watched him play today. Yeah, a little bit.
Because he's the formula. Like, he can move.
Yeah, somebody said they would rather have Derek Carr over somebody like Kyler Murray or Russell Wilson.
I would
because it was a receiver that said it. Keyshawn Johnson said it. Because he's a receiver and he knows that if something happens, Derek Carr is going to throw the ball downfield.
Yeah.
If something happens with Russell Wilson, he's going to run.
Yeah,
Thing is, though. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
No, I just.
Kyler Murray and Russell Wilson. They're not that tall.
Oh, that's what he said. Also, like Derek Carr he's what 6'2", 6'3". He can see over the lineman. Yeah.
So a lot of people like the
but
receivers.
that's why they scramble though, because when they get in trouble they can't see, so they're gonna run. They rather run. If Derek Carr gets in trouble, he can scramble, but still can see over the line and throw the ball.
That's the difference between Lamar Jackson and the kid at Kansas City.
Yeah.
They're tall.
Yeah.
They can still see.
Right.
Yeah.
And so they still looking down the field even
What's
though
Mahomes, like 6'2"?
6'2"? Yeah, I think it's 6'2".
Yeah. And Lamar Jackson.
But they're taller than, and Kyler Murray, he's shorter than the short quarterbacks.
Yeah.
He's one of the shortest quarterbacks I've ever seen.
Yeah. But they still giving him MVP.
He balling.
Yeah.
He balling.
Yeah, they played today.
He is good. Like, when I was worried at first, his rookie year,
I was too,
because he wasn't that good, and you can see it was a lot of it because he couldn't see. Like, I mean, damn, this little dude can't see.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but like he's figuring it out now. It's like he's finding the angles and lanes and knowing where his guys are going to be to make it. You know what I mean? You can see the top of their helmet and know where they're at.
Learn the routes and which way to go.
Where they're going to be.
That's what it takes. You know, like you said, when he started, he learned.
Right.
And when you show progress, that's always good.
That's still tough though to be that short and be a quarterback because you gotta see.
Yeah.
So I don't know if his lineman is practicing like going low when they block.
They could be doing some stuff like that.
Yeah.
People get real creative in the NFL and we don't see it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because of some inside stuff. And like we see stuff because, you know, we play. That was a nice little interception there. But like we play in you know, junior high and high school or whatever. So it's certain little things that we know that happens behind the scenes that the average, you know, person who didn't play might not know.
Right.
So it's a lot of interesting stuff that, you know, can help make it work. Who's this here? This is the Denver Broncos and who are they playing? The Giants?
Jets.
The Jets. 23-0. Just got a pick 6 there.
They're not playing with practicing.
So they practice.
Well, they just did that. No, look at that.
Yeah, it just looks. Yeah, just look real bad. But
Well, you know they're good.
Yeah, they're not.
So when we, let's go back to the rivalries. Like, who you think is the biggest rivalry in the NBA?
NBA.
Let's do NBA history and then NBA right now because
Okay.
your NBA right now is kind of different.
Yeah,
It's a lot different.
You know the history always been like green and gold.
Yeah,
You're right.
Lakers and Celtics.
That's the first thing you think about.
Because
when you say
even
NBA rivalry.
the championships, they don't even play each other as much as they did back then. But the championships, what Lakers got, Celtics got 17 championships.
Yeah.
I think the Lakers are close to that
It
now.
was the best two teams on double dribble too.
They were, yeah. Well, the thing is, everybody was equally skilled in double
it didn't
dribble.
matter.
It was just a matter of your personal skills on the
Right,
stick.
how you shot the 3-pointer,
Right.
or knew
You
how to
had the
steal.
left side, you was going to be more
Yeah.
apt to hit them threes in
Right.
the corner up there. But if you really knew what you was doing, you can hit them off the backboard in the top
you
right corner.
you just gotta do a certain
do
way.
it right.
Sound like
The right
they
angle.
flicker back and forth.
Yeah.
The worst basketball game ever, but fun. It was
Right.
so fun, but it was not basketball.
The dunk
It was something
sequences.
else. Like you just stand there, like you can't guard nobody. You ain't guarding nobody.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's like the reason why though the NBA pushed that because Magic and Larry Bird came from college.
But that happened before
That
that,
rival.
though.
I think it was
Yeah.
more because
Oh, you're right,
That
George
happened before
Mikan
when he had the
I think
Lakers.
Because Boston was on the East Coast and the Lakers was on the West Coast.
Yeah, that was the farthest East team and the farthest West
Yeah.
team was the Lakers and Celtics.
That
So,
was-
so they made that like people wanted to go to LA just because it was LA. But people that didn't want to go to LA went to Boston to beat LA.
You had
Right,
Will
right.
Chamberlain and Bill Russell, right?
Yeah.
You
well,
had
before Will Chamberlain, it was George Mikan and Bob Cousy
Yeah.
going against each other. Then they got Bill Russell and Dave Collins and John
Havlicek.
John Havlicek. Yeah. So all them teams in the 70s, 60s and 70s played against each other. I think the first Celtics championship was in like 65.
Yeah.
And then the Lakers were probably like 67. And they kept going back and forth in the 60s and 70s. In the 80s, it brought it back because people don't notice that the NBA died out in the 70s because the ABA was around. When you had ABA, you had Dr. J and George Gervin and
that
Bobby
ball
Jones
and that 3-point line.
and a 3-point line and a dunk contest and an All-Star game. They had all this exciting stuff going on in the
This
NBA.
ball. Like,
Right.
I thought that ball was
The weird
amazing.
white blue
They
ball,
play with
yeah.
that ball in professional?
But they made it like something different.
It was exciting.
They had the afros and they can the Jerry curls
Players,
playing
they let them
basketball with
be-
chains and
yeah.
looking flashy. And the NBA was boring back then because you had John Havlicek and all those
Dave
Bob
Bing,
Cousy and Dave
Bob
Bing.
Cousy.
Right.
Fundamental basketball.
Fundamental basketball. That's all it
Bob
was.
Cousy was not fundamental basketball.
I know he
Bob
was probably
Cousy
one of the
was off
flashiest
chain.
players. Yeah.
It was ridiculous. You can't guard that dude.
But when the 80s came, when Magic got drafted and then Larry got drafted, that brought back the NBA to mainstream.
College basketball was huge back then.
Yeah. But that's what did it, yeah.
That's what did it. Everybody was watching them playing for Indiana. And
But what's
Michigan
crazy
State.
is those players were going to ABA teams back then.
Right. Yeah. So why did they?
I don't know.
Why'd
I
they
don't
go
know
to
what
NBA?
because I think he didn't become commissioner until '84. David Stern.
David Stern.
But I don't know. It's something about the Lakers that drew Magic Johnson to the Lakers, and that of course Larry Bird wanted to play with the Boston because of Red Auerbach.
Right.
So I think when that came in to happen, that's when
some of the other players coming into the NBA now.
yeah.
The younger players,
Well,
like Isaiah Thomas.
Well, no, this is what happened. The year in '78, that's when the NBA bought the ABA. So there was no more ABA.
There was no ABA to go to.
Yeah.
You're right.
Right. That's
Right.
what happened. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, they took everything from
Dr. J was there before.
Yeah.
Yeah, before Larry.
Yep.
Okay.
So Dr. J came
Dr. J
to.
was in New Jersey in the ABA, right?
And they got adapted.
So
to
what
the
happened
NBA
when
was
Dr. J left the ABA? The Philadelphia 76ers bought him for $6 million.
Ooh, that's my number 6.
Yeah. So he was a $6 million man.
you're
Yeah.
right.
So the ABA bought. I mean, the Philadelphia 76ers bought him from New Jersey. But that's what's crazy though. Like, why would you sell your best player?
They don't know.
They
They thought he was getting old, probably.
He probably did. But then he went to win a championship in '83.
Because
He
when
was
that
doing
started
his
happening,
thing in the
really-
NBA. Though.
It really came back. You had Dr. J, you had Larry, you had Magic.
They had just got there though.
Yeah, they had just got there.
Yeah,
but
it was
all just
That was
it was all erupted. So you had rookies like Isaiah Thomas coming in.
Yeah.
that was a good time.
Mark Aguirre.
And
Michael
the
Dwight,
Portland
yeah.
guys,
Yeah,
Clyde
Clyde
Drexler,
Drexler.
and
Who came before Clyde Drexler and
it was Sam Bowie.
Sam Bowie?
Yeah.
And then Clyde Drexler got drafted the next
Yeah.
year. No, Clyde was first in '83
Yeah,
because he was on Five Slamma Jamma with Keem Olajuwon.
Olajuwon. That was a good college team.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah, that
God,
was,
Houston,
Yeah.
that team.
It was supposed to be Clyde and Mike taking over the league.
No, I mean they did it right with Magic. That was a good rivalry when Magic and Bird
amazing
came
rivalry.
in, and they kept winning in '80. Well, Boston won in '81, '85, and '87, and then Lakers won in '80, '82, because Philadelphia won in '83, and '86 was Boston. Okay, that means Lakers won in '87, and then in '88, and then the Pistons won in '89, '90.
So yeah, back then.
89, 90 was Pistons.
So we'll say the early '80s was the Lakers and the Celtics, and after that it was the Pistons and the Bulls.
The Bulls,
for sure.
Yeah.
It had to be the Pistons and the Bulls after that because
They was fighting for that.
Actually, the Pistons and the Bulls rival started in '80, probably like '86, '87, when the Pistons went to the Eastern Conference Finals
They lost
and lost to Boston. But they had to face Chicago to get to Boston. But then Detroit was that team in the East.
Yeah.
And kept Chicago down for like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
And then after that, Chicago took over, but Detroit kind of phased out.
New York.
Yeah, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. Detroit phased out, and then you had New York and Chicago.
Yeah, New York and Chicago. Then Patrick Ewing couldn't get past Mike.
So once Jordan got there, all the rivals came through Chicago. You know what I mean? Because it was like the Bulls and the Pistons, and it was the Bulls and the Knicks, the Bulls and the
Pacers,
the Bulls and the Sonics, the Bulls and the Lakers.
Yeah,
like they was just
Bulls and the Blazers. What's
that's
Alexa
what the game
doing?
was, wasn't it?
Alexa talking to us? Or
Yeah.
listening? Ooh. Alexa
Wasn't that what the
listening
game
to
was on Sunday?
Yeah, Bulls versus
Bulls
Blazers,
versus Lakers.
Bulls versus Lakers, Bulls versus
it
Blazers.
was all Bulls versus something after that.
Yeah.
Because at first it was Lakers versus Celtics. You know, that was the first one. And then
then you got
versus
like
Blazers.
personal like player rivalries.
Player rivalry, yeah, those
Lakers
are
and Bird and Magic.
Yeah.
Isaiah and Jordan still rivalries to this day.
Right. Barkley and Bird.
Barkley and Bird.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's a good
Dr.
rivalry.
J and Bird.
Yeah.
They used to fight fight for real.
John Starks and Michael Jordan.
John Starks and Michael, Bill Laimbeer and Robert Parrish.
They used to always get into it hard. I used to love watching them games.
Yeah.
These old school, these are like already just.
Yeah, but it's not
ingrained in
like
the
that
brain.
now.
It's really not. Everybody's friends.
Right, everybody's friends, but you got some rivalries like
Pat Beverly and everybody else.
LeBron
That
and
dude
Pat
managed
Beverly,
everybody.
Beverly and Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah. I mean, you have like rivalries within the same team a lot of times too. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
So it's like you got James Harden, who didn't really like playing with Westbrook. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. They'll start inside,
Right? Yeah.
and then it'll branch out and be a rivalry maybe outside of that.
Right.
But that's how a lot of stuff gets started. I think nowadays.
Antetokounmpo?
Nah, my man in Golden State.
Steph?
Nah.
Draymond? Oh yeah.
Draymond Green. Yeah, they had beef starting on the team.
Yeah.
It wasn't no beef
You know
before.
Draymond was talking like, you just trying to come over here and get a ring.
No, what happened was Draymond was trying to preach to this man, trying to tell him how to play his game.
Well,
Like you got to be.
champion.
That's not him though. Kevin Durant is not a tough
You don't need to tell
player.
Grant anything.
He's
You gotta know how
a
to-
scorer. Like every highlight that I seen, either Draymond was on the floor like preaching to Kevin Durant, or on the bench preaching to him in his ear. Like you can't do that though.
He don't preach to Steph.
He only do that because he felt that Durant was weak. But Durant game is not weak. He just plays a different type of game. He's 6 or 7 foot and can play like a guard. So I don't think Draymond, because Draymond's 6'8" and can't dribble the ball.
Right.
So I mean he could dribble, but he's not like a skilled player.
He ain't about to break nobody
Kevin
down.
Durant's 7 feet, but he's skinny.
Right, I'm saying he's a skill. He's like a point guard.
Yeah,
But he'll dunk on you too. If you have to. But the thing
You
is,
getting up?
oh man. But yeah, KD, he's also a very sensitive person.
He is, but
And so
that's
you
the
can't tell
NBA
him.
now though. Kyrie is sensitive, very sensitive.
Kyrie's different.
But he's sensitive at the same time. He don't want to talk to me. People hurt his feelings.
Very sensitive. Like
Kevin Durant
I
is
ain't coming to
really
practice
sensitive
for a whole week because my feelings
He's really
hurt.
sensitive. He would go on Twitter and make a fake
He will
account
fight people on Twitter.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
and make.
Well, people wouldn't say too much about him. He brushed his hair.
Man, cut that off. Be ball.
That's one of the main reasons why people get into a
Really, is that it? It's not his
man.
game or nothing.
No,
It got nothing to do with his game. It's just his haircut.
his game problem is because of his hair.
Oh yeah.
Well, listen, this
not
guy
waves, them is
came.
naps.
He played 1 year of college for Texas, and I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
When I saw him in Texas,
Yeah, I did
because
too.
it was him, and then
Yeah,
it was
he's
Greg
good.
Oden at Ohio State, and this is 1 and 2 drafts.
Biggest letdown of our lifetime.
Oh my God, he was Greg Oden was
was
the Sam Bowie of the
He
90s.
was, but
the
like,
2000s.
I was so excited for Greg.
Oh
Oden
my
to the
God.
league.
I wish he just would have stayed. He would have got hurt anyway. It was just him getting hurt. That's all it
He got in
was.
college too, huh?
He would have got hurt in college. He needed to come out early so he can get some money.
Some
because
money,
That
yeah.
injury would have happened
Right,
while he was broke
regardless.
if he didn't come out. Like he got weak knees.
Biggest letdown.
So he got weak knees.
KD was he's sensitive. So I think a lot of the rivalries start within. But I mean, I know who I like to see play each other for sure.
Who's that?
It's like the Denver Nuggets and the Utah Jazz.
Oh yeah. That's it.
And
I think that
Denver
is a
got the
rivalry
team
though.
right
That
now.
is a
Yeah,
rivalry.
They are a good rivalry, and
Yeah.
it's amazing to see them. And this me starting to love to see them play started in the bubble.
Okay,
It
yeah.
was, Devin Mitchell. Is that his name?
Donovan.
Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan, yeah.
Donovan Mitchell and Murray.
Yeah,
for it.
Kyler, what's his name?
I don't know, Jamal Murray.
Jamal Murray.
Jamal
I was
Murray
calling
for Denver.
Kyler Murray.
But yeah, I'm about to score 40 points, but then dude, the same game, you drop 45, I drop 47. Next game, you drop 52, I drop 53. Like they was just, and I'm like, oh man,
You
this is
talking about
starting
last
something
season,
beautiful.
right?
Was that last season? Was the bubble?
That was
no, the season before last. 'Cause we had a very short season.
yeah.
That was
That was the season
20
before
something
last.
games and playoffs.
But
It was
this last
very few
season,
games.
Denver was nice too in the playoffs too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and so was Utah, but Murray got hurt, and that's why they didn't really go too far. I think is because Jamal Murray didn't get to play the whole playoffs.
Yeah, they do make a good.
But it's just amazing to see them go at it now. Donovan Mitchell and Jamal Murray they just both when they are across from each other, I feel like they energize.
Yeah, and then you got what's his name? Djokovic. And who's the
Joker.
Rudy Gobert on the other side?
Yeah.
So
They're
a
two
massive defensive
very
player,
opposite
yeah, and then a
man.
crazy offensive big man, yeah.
But yeah, Gobert, he's one of the last, every so often, you know, they talking about how the big man is dead, but like there was always a pocket of big man that's still
Right, yeah.
like the back in the day
Right.
big man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That could still dominate the game.
Yeah,
and
still dominate down there.
Djokovic almost won MVP last year.
Yeah. And
So
Did you give
did he? Wait a minute. Did he win it during the bubble season?
the MVP?
No. Antetokounmpo won
Antetokounmpo won it.
2 in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
would you give Dallas Mavericks and the Phoenix Suns? Would you say that's a rivalry?
Oh,
It used to be. Yeah.
even now because you
Still
got
now?
yeah because it's the thing is like they are both at the top, like they're moving
In the right
to the
direction.
next tier of
Oh
you
yeah,
know, being
yeah. Now
amazing.
I forgot we got Devin Booker and Luka Doncic on it.
Devin
Yeah.
Booker and Chris Paul.
Yeah.
That is
yeah.
good to see together.
It is.
And then they got a real life big man in Aiden. What's
Yeah,
that
DeAndre
kid's
Ayton.
name? DeAndre Aiden. It's like, man, it's like those three right there. You got him clogging up the middle and doing his thing. And this is talking about defense. And Chris Paul is a harasser.
Right.
And then he energizes everybody else on defense.
Yeah.
And so once they get that clicking, they almost remind me of the Miami Heat when they had, you know, LeBron James. And
Oh, yeah.
as far as how quick the defense is
Right.
moving, like they
You think
covered
Chris Paul
it.
coming back? He coming back for another
He
year?
better.
Yeah.
They made it far.
They ain't gonna win the ring though.
They might.
No,
You think they might?
I don't think
They
they're gonna
might.
win this year.
You know,
I think the
I-
NBA is open.
It's open, but I give it to the Lakers coming out
I feel
the
like he had a
West.
chance.
The Lakers
That was his
coming out the
chance.
You think he lost it? Last year was the year to win it.
Yeah, that's what I feel
Yeah.
like. for Chris
Last year
Paul.
was definitely year to win it, but they messed it up. They had a chance. Like they could have really won.
right.
They could, but at the same time, like okay, Antetokounmpo, he is going to the cup You
Every
know
time.
This
Right. It was
But-
so frustrating to watch those games because if this guy, if he's 7 foot with a 7'4" wingspan, is at the free throw line, that's a bucket already. Because all you gotta do is do a spin move and dunk the ball. That's what he
Right.
did every single time.
But you got to think though, like, so how tall is DeAndre Ayton?
7 foot.
So they're about the same height.
But it's
And this
it's
dude-
about speed.
Yeah, he's jumping over everybody. Like, so he's already almost taller than your tallest player.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? And their other big men are stretch. They don't play down there.
Right.
So you got what Hayes and Johnson, mixed dude with the afro, popping threes. He can shoot his butt off, but he ain't guarding nothing down there.
No.
And Jackson Hayes, no.
Jordan Hayes?
Jordan Hayes, whatever, guy with the
Yeah. He came from New Orleans.
yeah. So it's like they don't have anybody that's gonna guard a big man. If they was playing Utah, it would have been different. I feel like it would have been different because
For who?
for Milwaukee.
If they would have lost to Utah?
If Utah was playing against Milwaukee, I feel like Milwaukee would have won.
I feel
Or I
Denver.
feel like Utah would have won.
I feel Denver would have won too. If Jamal Murray was healthy.
yeah, if he was
maybe.
healthy, but then how are you stopping
Djokovic.
Jokic?
He can still play defense.
Yeah,
Even though
but-
he's a big man that don't play offense down low.
But he's still jumping over. You know what I mean? He ain't really jumping.
He don't even
over
have to
Rudy
jump though.
Rudy
His arms is yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Rudy Gobert gonna be he's
Right.
defensive player of the year for
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
So he gonna clog it up for you.
Right.
And so then you gotta depend, but then you got Drew Holiday, Middleton.
Middleton, and what's crazy is
Quiet secret.
I'm about to say
Middleton was
what's crazy.
amazing
Middleton
to
is
me.
good, but he could be better.
Yeah.
Ooh, Middleton stepped up to me.
He did, but I'm saying he still could be better though.
Yeah,
Stepped up
because
a lot
Middleton
to
is
me,
like
Sometimes
he's,
he's
taller,
very inconsistent.
He is. But he was consistent in this series, in that last series, because he was doing he was reminding me of C.J. McCollum, like
Yeah.
a taller version of C.J. McCollum
Yeah,
out in
but
Portland.
stronger version too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He reminded me of like a sample cell too.
He could do it all. Yeah.
Do it all. He was dropping teardrops, like he was like just
He got in where he fit in. He
was
played his
doing-
position right.
everything. No, like he was hitting them from the block. He was hitting them from every spot you can think of. And so it was when Antetokounmpo wasn't on his all the way.
Right.
He was on his all the way.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what teamwork about right there.
That's
That's what he's supposed to do. Play his role.
he was definitely consistent in that series for sure, because he couldn't have been there for him like that if he wasn't.
Yeah. So we're actually over our time, but anyway. So we talk about football, pro football rivalries, talk about NBA rivalries. Who do you think is the biggest rivalry in college? And then we're going to do high school too.
College, man, we right here.
Yeah.
Right here, Toledo. I'm not saying Toledo is the rivalry, but it's Ohio State versus Michigan.
Yeah.
And Toledo
is the key to that rivalry.
Is the key to the rivalry. We right here in the middle, and we had that whole battle for Toledo. You know what I mean? With Ohio, Michigan. So I think that definitely. I was just talking to the dude at Marcos because he had a chain or something or a watch that had Michigan on it. And my credit card got Ohio State on it. It's like, oh.
He said that or you did?
That's how you feel.
Like when I gave it credit,
That's how you feel. You meet somebody cool and then they're like, you Ohio State fan, that Michigan. You like, damn.
But no, the thing is though, we was real cool about it.
Yeah. But sometimes that's what it could be like. Even like when I'm dating somebody, they say like, you Ohio State fan or a Michigan fan? Like, are you Michigan fan? It's like, but it creates a good rivalry between you and your person.
It's a connection.
No, it could be a good thing because y'all gonna battle like and talk about sports.
Yeah, it's fun to have that.
It's fun, but then if somebody's an Ohio State fan, that's still a good thing to have somebody on the same team as you.
Yeah.
So
like we talk shit together.
Yeah. Us against the world, us against y'all.
Yeah.
But I think that's the biggest rivalry in football, college football is Ohio State and Michigan.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's bigger than I think it's bigger than the football. It's just
it's bigger than football.
Well, they're in the same conference for any sport
too.
But so I mean, like it's even like so. I go up to Ann Arbor every so often.
Yeah.
I went to Chipotle to eat, and then there was like he rolled my burrito sweet as hell. I get my burrito with a lot of stuff in it, so he rolled it real good. I was like, okay, I ain't never seen it like that. He's like, that's because you ain't never seen me roll it like that. And I was like, you right? I'm from Ohio. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. And I'm like, hold on, I ain't nothing to be sorry about. I'm like, I love Ohio. I'm like, I'm up here in Michigan, but I'm still repping. I was like, go Bucks, and everybody turned around looking at me all crazy. I'm like, I'm gonna still represent, but like, so it's still like, even if you up there from Ohio, they still gonna have something to say about it.
Yeah.
It's like you turn around in Michigan, we got something to say.
But what's crazy about Toledo, like when you go to Michigan, you don't hardly see any Ohio State fans anywhere.
No, you don't.
But when you come to Toledo, you see a lot of Michigan fans.
Yeah, that's why though.
Because of how close we are.
Yeah, because of how close we are, and like this was supposed to be.
Yeah,
Michigan.
we're like in the middle of it, like because
right
when you're in Columbus, you don't see no.
You never go.
No, not
never
Columbus.
It's too low.
Yeah,
but like even like, well, no, you see it because I
go see too much Michigan.
Well, no. I'm saying it's not just Toledo though, because I do work along the border,
right,
in
like
Ohio, and so it's like
the flags and stuff on the houses.
Yeah, you'll see them. You'll see Michigan flags and Ohio flags, and the border is right there. Sometimes I go to somebody's house, the front of their house is in Ohio, and the garage is in Michigan.
So what do they put the two different flags on?
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, right.
It's it's still that close.
Right.
So you still have that line even outside of Toledo as you go along that border.
Right.
Even making your way over towards Indiana, it's still there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It's interesting to see for sure.
It is. I mean, I like the rivalry.
Yeah.
Like no matter what. Oh man, look at this.
Yeah, that's the pick six.
I thought this is a different one.
They're still scoring at the end of the game.
It's still 26-0.
Right.
Oh, no,
that's a different one. That just happened.
They're gonna take a time.
That's live. It's the same type of interception.
Really? I really thought that was a replay of the last.
Nope, same different play.
Good thing they in
26-0 the Broncos. Oh no, okay, that was the last play. 26-0, they won the game. The Broncos won.
Your fault, not your fault.
Tampa Bay's losing 17-34 against the Rams. Wow.
The Rams look good, man. They really do. I'm liking this number thing.
What number?
Like how they allow other players to
change the numbers.
To have low numbers.
Tom Brady said he didn't like it because it confused.
Yeah. I mean, I get that.
Yeah, because that's how you call your audibles.
Right. Yeah, for the defense, they who the Mike number 9 Mike. You know what I mean? So that would be confusing for sure. I didn't even think about that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just cool to see though.
Right. So let's talk about.
A lot better. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, go ahead. I didn't know you still talking about the game.
Doing a lot better than they did.
I actually did too.
Yeah, I did too.
Everybody did because they actually laughed at Nate Burleson for picking
the Rams.
The Rams.
Yeah.
He probably the only one that picked him. Didn't
he was the only one. They say he was wrong a lot.
Well,
not today.
So the final rivalry we're gonna talk about is high school rivalry.
Local high school.
Local. Oh yeah. Local. I mean, I don't know any other.
I don't know
Colgate and
I mean, I know some high schools like Oak Hill and Clyde and
But
Clay.
who was the biggest sports rivalry in the city? Who are the biggest? Like some of the biggest, because there's like a few big ones.
I don't know. Right now,
Well, let's go back then.
in our heyday, you would have like, of course, Scott and Libby. And then you would have like Scott and DeVille. Scott mainly had a lot of rivalries.
Scott and Mac Humber.
Because you know that there was the schools and they was all in the circle in the inner.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you had stars at Mac Humber, you had stars at DeVille, you had stars at Scott. It was really, you know.
And those are a lot like closer than people really realize.
Yeah. Because some of those kids could have went to Scott, DeVilbiss, or Macumber or Libby. Because I know we was in the middle of all that, but we could have went to any school.
What made the Toledo high school rivalry strong is that they played outside of high school.
Yeah.
So it was always a competition.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They played each other like at the Catholic Club at City. Yeah.
Right.
So
Smith Park.
They was always playing basketball, so it was great to see when you go and say, "Oh, my dude goes Scotty playing against each other." It was always great to see, even in our era.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We be able to City Park with or hooping in the brands with the Libby Cats, or up at Smith Park with the Scott Cats, or up at Scott in the open gym.
Right.
Play. You know, it's always been that kind of rivalry. It's been fun filled. A lot of negative come from the people on the outside, but as far as the inner of those rivalries have always been fun filled.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm saying about the Scott and Libby games. Is like those are the most passionate basketball wise. Those are the most passionate games.
They wasn't even going for the playoffs.
No, it was just the game.
They couldn't have
the games were so crazy that you had to have them at UT.
That's what I was just about to say.
Even the games at Scott used to be packed to the.
And to some people, that game was a high school championship.
Yeah.
If you won that game, you felt like a champ.
Yeah,
right.
Sure.
Now, as far as football, I mean that's a different. Like I will say, I won't say Whitmer and Start used to be a good rivalry back in the day, but St. John's and St. Francis.
Oh yeah,
or
for sure.
St. Francis and Central.
Yeah,
back in the day,
schools pretty much took over the football rivalries.
It did.
Who?
They had great programs.
Catholic schools.
Oh yeah.
You know, schools like Scott and Woodward, they just now get the stadiums and lights. We didn't have that.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Our little homecoming games had to be Thursday afternoon.
Right. Yeah. Scott was too. Yeah.
We had no
or
lights.
Saturday morning.
Right.
Yeah.
Saturday morning. So,
well, we just didn't.
That plays a factor when you go to high school. You go to like Central, St. John's, they got lights on their field and stuff.
Yeah.
They got it.
That's intimidating.
Here,
That's intimidating.
It is. And it shows because now Scott has a great record now.
Yeah.
We ain't never known Scott to have a great football record.
Right, yeah.
They had some dog players, but not a great football record.
Well, they had one back in like 2000. What was that?
2001.
2001 when they Washington played.
Yeah.
They went to the city championship that year.
Okay.
Then they lost to St. John's or something.
But still, now the city league is growing on. You got teams like Woodward. We had no winning record at Woodward when I was there.
I remember
before you got there, though, Chris Jaquiller.
Chris Jaquiller was like
that
the
dude
man.
was a beast.
Yeah, he was a beast.
Yeah.
But he ran right through us. We could not tackle that dude.
No,
I wasn't playing on the varsity team when they was playing. That was my freshman year when he was senior year.
What?
It was something to see.
Chris
Jaquiller.
Yeah. That was my senior year.
And we had him and we had Pat Mon too.
Man, Pat Munn is a beast.
He was a beast. He cut through the line.
He's a grown man.
I know.
In high school.
Yeah.
That's we had a couple guys like that.
We look at Pat.
We had Keith Triplett. He was a grown man before.
Yeah.
Keith Triplett. I mean, not Keith Triplett.
No. Is it William?
One of the triplets.
William Triplett?
Will Triplett.
Yeah, William Triplett.
It was
my senior year.
Child.
We had some big guys.
Randy Matthews, Chris Matthews, as a freshman, was playing varsity because he was so big.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chris Matthews. I forget his name on Facebook. It's like politics something.
Yeah, we had a good team. My senior year, we had a decent team. We just couldn't put it together and win the game. I think Coach Black was our coach back then.
Coach Black was the coach when I was there too. But like our freshman team was good. We won. Like,
he said we won. I think our problem was with our quarterback. Our quarterback was like 5'6".
It was Jimmy Tarrant.
Huh? No, our quarterback was Sean Crowley.
Oh, Sean Crowley?
Yeah. Y'all
Sean
quarterback
Crowley was after.
was Jamie. Was y'all quarterback?
Jamie.
Oh, when I got
Jamie
there,
Gibson.
I came in with. No, Crowley came in.
Crowley was my
years
age.
before. He was in your grade. You're right. Before Crowley was Jimmy T.
Oh yeah.
James Tarrant.
James Tarrant.
He was good.
He was good.
He was a good quarterback.
Actually, I think he almost made. He made All City honorable mention that year. Yeah.
That's when, what's his name? Peterson. Wakesa was the kicker.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, this
They
dude
had a
play
good
football?
team. What's the name? Was the running back? Price.
The running back was
Price and Scooter.
Rasheed Green.
Who?
Rasheed Green.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He was
What
a
about the
running
dude that
back.
came from DeVilbiss? Oh, that was before
And
you.
what's his name? Was another running back. Canardo.
Canardo Hughes.
Canardo. No, he played the line.
Canardo Hughes played the line. He played halfback and
Canardo. No, Canardo. Yeah, no, he was the second round
fullback.
halfback.
Yeah.
He played behind Rasheed Green.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was Terrence Love. He played with Jamie.
Yeah, Terrence Love was nice though.
He was Jerome Bettis.
Yeah.
He was a big, chubby dude that could run.
That team, actually, your first team won number the Austin and the Robinson team.
Yeah.
It was.
yeah.
And that- we won the city.
Yeah.
Scott's freshman team won the city that
Oh,
year.
yeah? Yeah,
Because Robinson and Austin was the championship game.
Oh, yeah.
But everybody from Robinson went to Scott.
Crying.
Right.
They had us crying because what's his name? Anderson. The dude was y'all quarterback. Something Anderson is.
I thought Soup was Robinson quarterback.
Soup was the quarterback in Robinson.
Man.
Yeah. Because he was y'all quarterback too, right?
He was our quarterback.
What happened to Jamie though? Jamie was the backup?
No.
James Mann was y'all quarterback though. I remember that.
He was the quarterback for Robinson, so I know he was quarterback for Scott.
I'm thinking about he ain't play quarterback for Scott.
He didn't? I swear he started quarterback. Yeah.
Soup
was
Soup was the quarterback for Robinson, and I think he was y'all freshman team.
Our freshman quarterback was Jamie Gibson.
Yeah, I remember Jamie was quarterback too though. But I think James Mann became quarterback later on, like during his senior year. He was their quarterback.
That might have been later on when I
Yeah.
wasn't there no more.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, y'all had a hell of a team with that combined.
yeah, we did. We had Kerry Briggs was a receiver. We had some big dudes playing receiver. Yeah,
It was the good old days.
Them was the good old days. That was fun.
Yeah, that was
They were
fun.
hitting and getting hit and running around like that.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I think we covered every area.
How we do for the first show?
I think we did okay.
Yeah, I felt
Yeah.
all
We
right.
did.
Yeah, I think we did good. Our conversation was good.
We
you know.
didn't miss one subject.
No, I don't
You
think we
got a lot
did.
of sports now.
Didn't
I'm
miss
glad-
baseball.
I'm glad you.
We did miss baseball,
We missed baseball.
but we talk about that
We'll
later.
do it next time.
But the Yankees and the Red Sox are on right now. So,
All right.
yep.
Oh, and y'all can talk about that when y'all watching it.
Yeah. So we can talk about that.
2 hours and 57 minutes left.
Yeah, that's a lot. Baseballs are like 4-hour baseball games.
Yeah, 3.5,
Baseball
4
more
hours.
interesting there.
There for
Yeah,
sure.
there for sure. But
I
I
watch
mean,
the
I still
highlights
love
all
the
day,
Yankees game. Yankees. So I still watch them.
I mean, if I'm sitting there on a boring day, you know what I mean, ain't got nothing to do but finish my coffee. You know what I'm saying? I might put it.
No,
on.
I will watch a game. I'll watch a whole game. Like I'm gonna go home and watch this whole game.
All right, you got it
Yeah.
recorded. Gonna start it over.
No, I'm gonna watch right now and then go
First inning? Pop the first.
go home and watch it when I.
BMF.
But yeah, next week what we gonna talk about next week? We'll think of something and talk about it.
We'll talk about who won the Monday
But
Night
right,
We're
Game
talking
for
about
sure.
Monday Night Football.
Yeah, we'll talk about Monday Night Football. Yeah,
Um,
and what's coming up in the next coming weeks.
Yeah.
So we'll probably stick to more football since it's football season, and then when basketball season comes around, we'll hop on that bandwagon.
We'll have some hockey. You got to make sure you watch some hockey too. You want to?
Yeah, I watch hockey. Yeah,
I love hockey.
I watch Sports Center.
There you go.
Say what they say.
All right. Well, this has been our first episode of the Win or Lose Sports Show. We'll see y'all next time.
Have a good time.
Peace out.
You're now listening to the Win or Lose Sports Show, talking sports, hip hop to pop culture. Presented by the 419 Grind. Available on Apple Podcast, Spotify, and wherever podcasts are heard. It's kickoff time.